When plans go awry, you need someone who can turn them around. Well, this is the best bits of the Bible, and I'm the virtual vicar. With me is King James, so called because he's a big fan of the King James version of the Bible. And so we're going to read from that now, this excellent account of what happened early on in Jesus's ministry. This is from John chapter 2, beginning to read at verse 1. And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. And both Jesus was called and his disciples to the marriage. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Jesus saith unto him, They have no wine. Jesus saith unto her, Woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. His mother saith unto the servants, Whatsoever he saith unto you, do it. And there were set there 6 water pots of stone, after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. Jesus saith unto them, Fill the water pots with water. And they filled them up to the brim. And he saith unto them, Draw out now, and bear unto the governor of the feast. And they bare it. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and knew not whence it was, but the servants which drew the water knew, the governor of the feast called the bridegroom, and saith unto him, Every man at the beginning doth set forth good wine, and when men have well drunk, then that which is worse. But thou hast kept the good wine until now. So this account of Jesus going to a wedding feast contains a really interesting incident. He goes with his mother, and his mother wants him to sort it out. He doesn't want to reveal that he can do this sort of thing because he's not ready yet to reveal who he is. But she says to the servants, do exactly what he says. And he tells them to draw water out. And he then makes it into wine, but not just any wine, the best wine. And here's where that's interesting. It's culturally significant because at that time, the Jewish people, well, what they would do is they'd have wedding feasts that last a couple of days, and people would be feasting, and you would be expected as the groom to provide good wine. But many people provided good wine at the start, but when people were drunk, they couldn't tell the difference. And what Jesus does here, he changes the water into wine. But what you might expect is when the wine starts to run out, you just use cheap wine. It's not even that. It's just water that you use for hand washing. That's the meaning of the purifying thing mentioned in the passage. He just uses water and turns it into wine. And you get that shock reaction, not knowing where it comes from, although the servants knew. You have kept the good wine until now. What's going on? This was the first miracle that's recorded Jesus doing. So, King James, what do we make of this? What's the main point of this passage for us?
Well, I think the significance of the first miracle, of course, is something to note. But crucially here is the occasion. And I'm going to draw some parallels. First of all, obviously, this was a crisis moment. A wedding taking place, the importance not just to the couple, but to the stakeholders in the community involved. And of course, running out of wine would have been a stigma. It would have been seen as a blight on the event and would not have gone down well. Now, of course, Jesus was really facing a very important decision here. But what I would draw the parallel here is that many people face crisis in their lives. And there is always a moment when Jesus steps in. And it's when it really matters. In this particular case, it mattered not just, of course, to those who were being married, but those who were there. And of course, the miracle came upon them. If you reflect on your lives, you can't expect Jesus to do miracles every time, and because that essentially would be wrong. But where you do need it most, and most importantly, you need to recognize when you need Jesus to step in. That's when you will realize that the faith in Jesus, when you need him most, is most critical to you and potentially to those around you. So my point here is that miracles do happen. And if you look very closely in terms of your own life and also those things around you, Jesus Christ is there to help when it matters.
Yes, remember that, folks. I mean, the thing is that it may be that things have gone badly for you or something has happened that makes you think things just aren't going as I expected. But whatever happened, Jesus can use the water that was inadequate and make it into wine, not just any old wine, but the best wine